Excuse me. What's up, guys? A lot to talk about. Happy Thanksgiving, first and foremost. Hopefully, everybody had a good day. The holidays could be a tough time for people, so if you're doing it tough out there, every day's a new day. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I live across the world from my family, and I grew up in a really tight knit family. So I'm fortunate enough to be around a few people here in Australia, my girlfriend included, her family. But if you're out there and you're doing it tough, I can relate. And every day's a new day. Hopefully, you know, there's definitely people around you that love you, and make sure you reach out and tell them that you appreciate them as well. All right, guys, it's my Saturday morning. It's Friday. It's Saturday at 5:40 a.m. I didn't go live yesterday. I broke my streak. I guess I had a little bit of a going live streak that YouTube let me know about. Holidays, a lot of stuff going on for everybody. So it's not the end of the world that I missed the live stream. You guys were busy. Anybody get results on the Mean Machine fight? Sam Molina, that fight's happening. We had some D-Gen action last night with Packy Weather. Ijun Kim defeated Tong D. So I'm up on there. We got a lot of fights to talk about. I'm going to give us a live. We're going to do a live peep view of our Discord real quick. Guys, join the Discord, mate. What are we doing? If you guys are tuning into my daily live streams and you're not in the Discord, do that for me. It helps out. It helps me out. It helps me continue to do this every day, and I'm working towards being able to do this full time. Obviously, coaching and teaching is my passion, so I do both of these equally as much. It's a couple dollars a month. Really, like the value is really insane. The community, we're growing. We just surpassed 300. Johnny says boxing VIPs. So if you're in this chat and you're in there, I say thank you. All right, here's a live look into our Discord. Guys, we're up, by the way. Shout out to Tenny. I want to show you guys something real quick. So we're up yesterday in our NFL channel. Tenny, during the Thanksgiving games, asked me, he was like, Johnny, do you have any action? These are my favorite parlays when I hit them. So here we go. Tenny goes, any sneaky picks for today's games? This was American football yesterday. I then reply, I haven't looked, let me check. One of my strengths, I guess, is just off rip. Because this happened the day before in the NBA Discord too. So I hit a 10-legger, or I hit a 12-legger in the NBA 2 days ago that paid 13-1. And I gave the boys on site this one. And guess what? We out here eating. So this is crazy. So it's not just a boxing Discord, boys. We have American football. We have basketball. We're doing live betting, as you could tell. We're out here eating. But the heart of the matter is boxing. MMA is a close second. But let's see. I want to see the Mean Machine results. Shout out to Chilltown. Check your messages. Ticketgate is alive and well, by the way. If you guys didn't know anything about Ticketgate, Muscles, he's back. Muscles, his real name is Carlos. He has a screen name called Loso. He's out there trolling again. So keep your eyes out for Muscles, Loso. Tell him I said, what's crack-a-lackin'. Tell him to stop trolling my boy Tommy Ranon and Paulie Malignaggi. These guys are OGs of the game. But Tommy cooked them here, boy. So Muscles, Carlos, Loso. Tommy be off. I called him out on a few fights. Tommy Ranon went straight to the kitchen and cooked them with. I went 4 for 5 and back my Norman pickup with the fight going the distance and made plenty of money last week. Quote unquote, Tommy be off. This is coming from a dude that got busted posting fake tickets. Back under your rock. It's all in good fun, man. They're New Yorkers. New Yorkers can banter. If you guys did the D-Gen pick like I did, still good. We took Packy Weather. Ijun Kim, you would recognize him from the channel back in January. He fought Naoya Inoue on short notice. He got stopped. He fought Tong D last night in Pakistan. They're doing this 2-day weekend WBA sort of piece. They're promoting it. That was the main event last night. He fought Tong D, who you should also recognize from the channel. Tong D, we featured him when he fought Takai when he got stopped. So this was a matchup of two guys who were, recently on my channel, we recognize them as getting stopped. I was siding with Packy Weather. This was his nickname, Ijun Kim, the South Korean, and he got up. So if you listen there, we up. A lot of fights to talk about. And we're going to go straight to the book. We're going to go straight to the book. Guys, if you're in Australia, I only use Sportsbet to navigate. Bet on your boxing with Bet365. For some reason, on the live stream feature, when I try to use Bet365 to show you the screen, it always freezes. So from a navigation perspective, this is why I use Sportsbet. But if you put your bets in on Sportsbet, the draw is going to lose. Bet365, the draw just voids. Anybody up on, how do we find this? I'm trying to find Mean Machine. Egidius Kavalaskis. Let me see what the chat's saying. I'm going to give some shout-outs now. Rayo de la Guerra, good brother. The Spaniard Sam Molina is going to fight now against a Lithuanian. In my opinion, it's a difficult fight for Molina, but I see, oh, shit. Let me know who won. I'd be interested. Yep. Mike from Melbourne. What's up, buddy? Sup, Johnny? Thanks for your help in the live stream. Up and running. We got to see if that's up and running. Guys, join the Discord. What's up? Appreciate all the boys. 140 over here in the East Coast. I'm waiting for Mean Machine results as well. Mar the Prince, OHIO. We got a big game coming up. Ohio State, the Ohio State University taking on the team from up north. Win Santiago, my guy. That star looks good by you, playa. What'd he do? What'd he do? Oh, muscles? You got to ask the boys. Currently applying your 13-leg parlay. Thinking about some Whitaker. Yeah, guys, I got to be first and foremost. I say this every week. I don't know if it's like a little bit of a kind of, what should we call this? Last weekend, we had that huge fight card, right? So much energy into that fight card. I did 2 live streams every day during that fight card. We were up. And then this week, there's so many fights this week. I don't know if I had a little bit of a come down, like a hangover from doing all the fights. But this weekend, I'm not the most excited about all these fights. The Pro Box card, I picked a lot of these Pro Box card fights to go the distance. The money line parlay, we'll see if it hits. Like, I'm not invested. I didn't put a lot of money down on this fight week. Just to let you know. We have a huge fight week next week. Shock versus Fulton. There's some great fights coming up. It just seems this weekend with all of these fights, man, it feels weird to me. Maybe that's just me because I took a day off yesterday. Do you guys feel that way? I think there's a lot of 50-50 fights up in the air. There's so much action. Sent from Pat V. We up. What's up, Johnny? Left from the UK. Ticket gate is still Mike Tyler. How's camp going, big dog? I saw that. I'm paying attention to your Instagram story. Mike has a fight. We got to get that. You got to keep that undefeated record intact. And who are you tripping on? You know you're walking out to NBA, young boy. Go follow Mike Tyler. He has a fight. He's 10-0 pro out of the UK. Instagram, follow Mike TV. We all know who know you. He's in our Discord. We know you love NBA YoungBoy, mate. You definitely walking out to him. All right, we figured out. Guys, let's welcome V007 to the squad. Here's what we got, brother. To get the Discord link, go to my YouTube interface, and then you'll see members only section. You'll see the Discord link. It's private. Don't share it. It's a VIP setting. The boys, we anybody know? Can we get a link on on Me Machine? Let's see if the boys will keep us up to date on the Mean Machine fight. Mean Machine fight in 8. So guys, wherever you're tapping in from, like this video, subscribe. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know any questions. I'm going to stay on for a little bit. I got sparring today. This is my Saturday morning. I'm going to stay on for at least another 30 minutes. All right, resubscribe. Cool. I thought you were in there. Appreciate the resubscribe. And guys, it's an honor system. I know the percentage of the boys who haven't resubscribed in the Discord, but I don't put people on blast. I appreciate you guys doing the right thing, because I have the membership set up through YouTube. My guy, what's up, High Interest? How you doing, playa? I like the new profile pic. We're doing good, man. We're doing good. We have a big weekend ahead of us. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate the community. Let me know when anybody want to jump on the live? Any thoughts on Zaina versus Mamoon? Let's pull it up, big dog. There's so many fights, guys. There's so many fights. I was just watching the weigh-ins with Francesca and Batiki, Hennessy, Cameron Vaughn, Gwynn, Fraser Clark, Paldo, Yakubov, Elijah. They added Lauren Payne versus Redstall, Malik Zinad. I'm not getting that fight as of late. Is that this weekend, brother? I'm definitely walking out to Young Boy. Yeah, you're going 11-0. Have fun in there too, man. You got to understand. This is my advice to anyone out there. I know you're a little bit younger than me, and I'm not trying to like sit on a pedestal to give anybody here life advice, but I am a coach, and people do pay me to help them. And so I have a nephew. My nephew Cameron is now, so I'm 43. Cam's 23. And the advice I give to Cam, my little nephew, and all my younger clients is that don't compare yourself to other people. You know what I mean? We're all on our own individual journey. All you can do, Mike, when you get into that ring is just take all of that preparation, that sacrifice, bottle it up, and show out and have fun. It's supposed to be your time to have fun. You know what I'm saying? It is a fight. You're going to be in a dogfight, but you chose this path. And you know it's a righteous one. Go out there and have fun. Do you, and don't compare your trajectory to anybody else. We're all on our own individual trajectory. One of my favorite quotes about comparison: comparison is the thief of joy. We all have those people in our lives that we care about who every now and then they'll get sort of down or bitter or resentful, and they start doing the victim, why me, why me. It's like that stuff will sap and drain your spirit. That stuff will drain your creativity. That shit will drain your energy. Don't compare your journey to anyone else. This is your journey. Let's get after it. Great weekend coming up. Let's go, V. Does Bias have a chance? Mate, I think that everybody has a chance. Dude, this is a weird weekend. I'm not lying to you. Like, even I'm talking to TJ, right? Chilltown. Chilltown's the GOAT. I'm bringing Chilltown on next week. Every time TJ talks, I listen. You know what? He wouldn't mind if I played for you. I'm gonna play the message TJ played for me with Cameron Vong, and I believe like I took Cameron Vong, but it's not a lock, man. If Cameron Vong doesn't make the proper adjustments, you know, some people think he lost that first fight. So this is Cameron Vong versus Gavin Gwynn. You guys know how I stand on this. I'm taking Vong, and I have a sneaky prop bet. The book should say Vong money line, Vong on points. But I'm gonna play you insider info real quick. So this is from Chilltown. And he wouldn't mind if I play. This is just info. This is Chilltown's take on Vong versus Gwyn.
Long time, man. They just dropped, Matchroom dropped Cameron Bong's fight with Gavin Gwynn a few days ago, so now that's available. Bro, rewatching that fight, I hope Cameron Bong is fucking. I know he's got a new trainer, so I hope he's making some adjustments here because you can make an argument that Gavin Gwynn won that fight 7-3 against Cameron Bong. Cameron Bong was getting pushed around from pillar to post, bro. He was just fighting spurts. I'll tell you, man, Matchroom got so fucking lucky with those scorecards because you could definitely at least make the argument for a draw, if not a 7-3 win for Gavin Gwynn. But he's gonna have to have. He's only had 2 fights. One against Jordan Flynn. Jordan Flynn is a pretty small fighter, so he looked good against Jordan Flynn. But even then, Cameron Bond was getting pushed back. So I'm really curious to see how he's gonna handle the pressure out of Gavin Gwynn. You know, I think draw might be a good shout in that too. I could see Cameron Bond stealing the first 2-3 rounds, and then he's going to start fighting on the back foot.
All right. So I'm only playing that to give you guys, you know where I'm at with this Vong versus Gwyn fight. I've seen TJ countless times in my Discord be accurate with the draw. It's not a bad shout. It, like, whatever side you like, why not sprinkle? I might sprinkle something on just the 16-1 draw. I could see it happening. That's not my play. It's just I'm giving you guys an alternate route if you guys are playing Vong versus Gwyn. I'm going to move on and take MMA better. Does Bias have a chance? Let's pull that up. Guys, the entire Pro Box card, and we could talk about it. We could talk about this Pro Box card fight by fight. Justin Paldo, Nike Theron. Guys, Nike Theron, you know, Theron's never been stopped. He has losses before. Both guys can punch. So the conventional wisdom, the guys that I know who are sharps, who have, you know, big followings, in full transparency, that's the play I took, Mike. I did. I have Cameron on the money line. You guys know that. I also have a side prop, Vong by stoppage at plus 390. I'm loving those odds. And Mike is talking about Cameron leaving Jamie Moore, going from Manchester to Essex to train with Ben Davison. Why that's relevant, though, is because we know it's not just Ben as a coach. For me, from doing my research and my breakdown, and you would know this if you watch my Stats Online video, for me, it was those fight camps that Ben Davison, when he was, you know, Royston Barney Smith, who's a classy fighter, Ben would bring down Gavin Gwynn for multiple fight camps to be Royston Barney Smith's sparring partner. You mix that knowledge of what Ben got to see in Gavin Gwynn behind the scenes with Gavin being 36, with them having the film on the first fight, with Cameron being only 23. You know, any young fighter knows when you're at that age, the levels come quicker than they do at 35. The levels pretty much stop coming generally in your late 20s, depending on how old your career is. We've seen guys level up, adding defense to their game. We've seen the adjustments Bernard Hopkins made in his late 30s. We saw the totally different fighter George Foreman became in his 40s. So I'm talking just fight this exact sort of matchup. I think the levels potentially are much higher for Vong. And I think, you know, age has something to do with that, but I think the coaching as well and the stylistic matchup and that it's a rematch. So I am playing that prop as well. The odds are 390 for a reason, because everybody thinks it's going to go to the cards. I'm leaning on the fact that Vong is going. He is the better counter boxer. He has the better speed, better precision. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we see a similar event to Tiger Johnson versus Nick Flaz with the sharper boxer, the cleaner backhand, fighting the guy who fights on the center line the entire time, using volume but not really hiding his entrances. So that's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on a sort of maybe reoccurrence of what we saw with Tiger and Flaz. And I'm putting it on a separate ticket. Plus 390 is very tempting um, to throw on a ticket by itself. So I'm playing that as well, Mike. Back to Paldo versus Theron. So both guys could crack. Theron's super tough, durable. I like Paldo on points here. I like Paldo on points here. Mike Tyler was born in Bermuda. How's it there? I can't imagine people being anything about it. Is Mike from Bermuda or Bahamas? Oh, maybe he is from Bermuda. I thought he was Bahamian. Mike, where are you from? I don't see Theron winning. Yeah, I don't either. I got Paldo up. I got Paldo up. I got Vong up. We up. We up. Let me go over the couple other fights on that Pro Box card, and I'll pull my notes out from conversations I had with Tommy Ranona and Paulie. I could actually play the audio message. Bermuda. Yeah, there's a kid from Bermuda too, another fighter I covered on the channel before. John, he has a good record too. He just hasn't been able to break through into the States. He's trying to break through into the States. 23-1. His name will come to me. Okay, Chacon. Let's go to Chacon. Let's go to the Chacon fight. Before we do that, if you guys could get a prop bet on Greatest Kraus versus Ingram, right now there's no props on Sportsbet. Maybe Bet365 has a prop. You know what? I'm going to go to Bet365. Even though I don't like their navigational tool here. I'm just going to I want to see if they've dropped props on that Greatest Kraus fight. Greatest Kraus is a Dutch light heavyweight. He's 8-0 with 7 knockouts. He's DAZN starting to feature him more and more. He seems like they're trying, they see it looks like he might be a potential breakout star and he could crack. So I've been waiting all week to get a prop on it. Yeah. See, and the prop isn't. He's gonna win by stoppage. $1.25. I mean, those odds suck. If you want to throw that on a cheeky parlay, do it. Is the juice worth the squeeze for Greatest? He's gonna stop him. $1.25. Those odds suck. But you can't say I didn't tell you. I want to find the Chacon fight, and I'll show you the prop I like there. This is still Pro Box, guys. We'll get to the UK in a second. Look at all these fights. This one, Yakubov versus Chacon. I think these odds are wide, and I know a couple boys playing the dog here, thinking that Christian Cruz Chacon at plus 425 is a live dog. He is a live dog. Remember, Pro Box. I think this card's out west in Cali. These odds are wide. I like the fight to not go the distance, or no, the fight to go the distance. So Yakubov should win. Fight to go the distance, yes. See, this is my point. If you're high on Yakubov, the $1.15, Chacon is tough as nails. I see him winning. I don't see him stopping him. And if you want to hedge the Yakubov bet, leaving the door open for a potential upset on the cards, I like this bet. Fight to go the distance. I don't see either one of these guys getting stopped. So this is a play that I would suggest. I do have a method of victory parlay I'm going to be releasing to the Discord boys after I come back from the gym. I'm going to stay on for another probably 25 minutes. Then I'm going to go box, and then I'm going to come back to do another live. Pay attention to the Discord. I'm going to be giving you I already gave you guys my long parlay. I'm going to give you my method of victory parlay. I'm going to give you my UK parlay, and I'm going to give you my dog of the week. All that's coming. But this is the Yakubov Chacon fight. I want to talk about the Soto fight next, because I've gotten a lot of messages on this Pro Box card. So you guys are I'm giving you options, not just on the money line. I could see most of these fights on the Pro Box card going the distance. Shout out to Tommy and Paulie, man. They really, you know, speeding me up on game in terms of these Pro Box fighters, because I'm way more well versed with like the Brits, the Aussies, the Americans. But the Pro Box, some of these matchups on paper, the average punter would be fooled by the odds, and you would just take the favorite, not knowing that these odds are a little bit wide. So we're going to talk about the Soto fight now. So Badillo Mares versus Soto. Popular fight where a lot of boys are taking Soto as the dog. I think he is a live dog. This fight could go either way. The odds have gotten a lot closer. Elwin Soto is definitely live here. Another fight with two guys who are tough. If those odds, if you're picky or if you like, nobody likes losing, I think a safer bet rather than picking a winner here. Fight to go the distance. I don't think either guy gets stopped. $1.36, it does lower your odds of taking a winner because it's so the odds are so sort of saucy on either guy winning. But you could literally hedge a win-loss here. And then we're just talking strategy, guys. This is kind of like what we're trying to do here, what I do on the channel, not just pick winners. We talk strategy and how to win. And one thing, stats don't lie, receipts don't lie. We're winning. We always win on this channel. We're finding victories. We're architects out here, archaeologists. We're going to find our victories. So, fight to go the distance, $1.36. We're already in plus money. You take Chacon fight to go the distance. You take Soto versus Bades to go the distance, and Paldo. Let's see what Bet365 is giving us for Paldo to go the distance. And then we're going to talk about the Elijah Pierce fight, and then we're going to go to the UK real quick. Look how many fights they're giving us. This is insane. They're not giving us a prop there. If you this is the Justin Paul Theron fight. Let's see if Sportsbet is. But yeah, those are my three. I like the fights to go the distance. I don't see any of these guys getting stopped. Fight to go the distance, $1.60. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with that. And then I know another sexy upset pick is Elijah Pierce to lose against Para. I can see that happening. I can see Lorenzo Para winning this fight. I'll let you know if I play this fight. I might not play this fight. If I do, I'll let you know. Whitaker by decision or knockout. Oh, God, man. What product, guys? What do we think we have? What do we think we have with Whitaker, guys? Somebody, does anyone want to come on in the Discord and sell me on Whitaker, or just not the debate, but does anyone want? I kind of be, sometimes I'm guilty of believing in hype machines, but it's still the way the first Liam Cameron fight ended, and even the way the second Liam Cameron fight ended, it doesn't sit right with me. I do like that he went with Andy Lee. He's in good hands, psychologically. But when you have a kid so gifted like Ben Whitaker, sometimes certain steps could be skipped. Benjamin Gavazzi, who are we talking about though? You know what I mean? Like, who has he fought? Conventional wisdom would say Ben Whitaker should showcase, Matchroom showcase, greatest stage. The kid is a showman. He's comfortable under the big lights. We have seen fractures though in that focus. We've seen fractures in it. And, how much are we going to psychoanalyze the fight week? I'm sure you guys, if you're watching my Instagram, you would have seen the face-to-face face-offs with Gavazzi and Whitaker. You would have seen the back and forth. Gavazzi doesn't look like he's backing down. He definitely seems like he's going in there to win. I'm not. This fight on the money line doesn't do it for me. I gotta be on. I mean, on points. If we're talking about value for bets, this fight's at light heavy. Gavazzi's a big dude. Are we talking about value for bets? I don't think there's a lot. For me, Ben Whitaker by knockout at $1.31, that's not great value for me to play that. So I either don't play this fight or I'm taking Ben Whitaker on points. I think that's what we're doing here, right, guys? What we're doing here is we're trying to find the best value for our picks. $1.04 on the money line. This is why if you look at my long parlay, I don't have Whitaker on my long parlay. I'm trying to just keep $10s and above on the long parlay. $1.04, what's the juice there? Now, Ben Whitaker on knockout. Do you guys think Ben Whitaker is a lock to knock out Gavazzi? I think Greatest Krause is a lock to win by knockout. We got Greatest at $1.35. So if you think Greatest Krause is a lock and you think Ben Whitaker is a lock, put those two on the same ticket. But if you don't and you're playing with, also, what's your bankroll? Are you going heavy? If you're going heavy, I mean, maybe $1.31 is enough juice for your squeeze. But if you're not going, like, if you're betting 24, you got to ask yourself these things. Is your bankroll $100 or less? Or are you like $1,000 guy? I don't have these answers because we have everything in our Discord. We have $50,000 bettors in our Discord. You guys see the receipts, unknown. We have, $10,000 bettors. Some of the boys in the NFL. Shout out to, I don't want to put anyone on blast who's on here, but go to the Discord. You know what I'm talking about. And then we have the normal average guy, $100, $25, $10. If I'm a $10 guy, I'm taking Ben on points. I'm just giving you guys options. If I'm a $10, $25 guy, I'm taking Ben on points. And then you take Ben on points and then Cameron Vong by stoppage. What does that pay? Let's just do an experiment. This is for like the $25 better. So let's go Ben on points real quick. I want to just see what this pays. Because Ben's not a big hitter. He's not a one-punch guy. He's fast, though, and his opponent's super slow. So that volume, this is just fun. So Ben on points and Cameron by knockout. What are these odds paying? Plus 1740. So my point is this. If you're a $10 better, a $25 better, you put $10 on Cameron to win by stoppage, Ben to win on points. $10 gets you $184 back. So strategy comes down to bankroll as well. So you guys have to keep that in mind. Okay? Moving forward. Happy Thanksgiving, King. Appreciate you. The boys are tapping in. What about Bowen versus Colling? We'll get there. Sparring with Bam. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, so thanks, Mike. 4 more fights to go before. So Mean Machine fight hasn't started yet. I know some of us are waiting for that Mean Machine Sam Molina fight. Earlier in the week, I said Molina was a live dog. I just don't think the class will be there. It's a homecoming for Mean Machine, a Lithuanian showcase. Mean Machine is the world level guy here. Molina's been stopped once in his career. I think 2021 against Artem Harutyan. I think he has 3 losses. If Mean Machine is even a fraction of himself, he should win this fight. Whitaker is the prince. That is that is so disrespectful. I don't think Ben Whitaker will ever be a world champion. Prince Nassim changed the entire game. That is so disrespectful to compare Whitaker to Prince Nassim Ahmed. Prince Nassim Ahmed is a goat, mate. Changed the entire landscape of the lightweight fighters. I would say Ben Whitaker is a Timu version of Joshua Kelly. That's what I would say. Ben Whitaker is like a broke man's PBK, in my opinion. What's your favorite picks for Pierce, Para, Bet365 fight to go the distance? I would play a knockdown prop. Let's see. I would play a knockdown prop. I don't know if I'm drinking the juice, drinking the Kool-Aid with everyone thinking that there's gonna be all these upsets. There can be. Somebody's gonna fucking rob Vegas this weekend. Like we have some riverboat gamblers here, some cowboys. Somebody is gonna load up on these dogs, and if they all come through, you guys are gonna be eating shrimps and oysters and lobsters. But if there's chalk betters, there's sharps, there's chalks. One side is gonna be eaten. The last thing you ever want to do is pull the mistake I made a month ago when I put all three dogs on the same ticket and two came home and one didn't. So here's some strategy I learned from one of my mentors, my betting mentors. Guys, if you're playing three dogs, rather than loading all three up on the same ticket, build parlays around the three individual dogs. So you think this dog is going to win? Take him on one parlay, put some favorites there. You think this dog's going to win? Do the same thing. And so your strategy is changing because it left a I was more salty a month ago losing my dog parlay 2 out of 3 than I was losing a money line pick last week with Norman. So it just depends on, you want to make adjustments. So let's see if we could get the knockdown prop. The last thing you want to do is continuously bet the same if you're not winning. You want to make anything in life. If shit isn't working, make adjustments. Okay, Mar the Prince. We're going to look at, will they give us a knockdown prop? Elijah Pierce. Nope. We're going to go to Bet365. I mean, Michael Dasmarinas had Elijah pretty much out of there, and Elijah had to have a come from behind, knockout against an older guy. I'm not a faithful better of Elijah Pierce. He's very leaky. He's fun. He's exciting, fan friendly, but mate, he's there for the taking. No shade on Elijah. Every time Elijah's must see TV. Don't get it twisted. All right, we are getting some props, guys, on Bet365. Not that many. We're not getting that many props. I want some knockdown props. So if I'm not getting a knockdown prop, I'm not playing this fight. And if I were to play this fight, I would probably take Para as the dog here. But I told you guys, I'll let you know I'll let you guys know in the Discord if I play this fight. Maybe that over. That over is looking sexy. That over 8.5. Because even though we've seen Elijah get dropped, he's a dog. You know what I mean? Fun fighter. Fun fighter. Exciting. I think Whitaker could stop him. Yeah, Whitaker should. Whitaker's faster, way more athletic. He's fighting a Ben Gavansi who's slow. His punches are telegraphed. We'll see. We'll see. The showboating, please, Whitaker, showboating with all due respect. Nobody. Nassim did it. Yeah, exactly. Prince Nassim Ahmed was that dude, man. He changed the entire game. He changed the entire game. No distance on Whitaker, Gavansi, Fraser versus. Okay, so no distance. Let's see what we're getting there. Shout out to Julius. Let's see if we can take this prop. No distance, both bends. See, Bet365 is suspect sometimes. So Whitaker, no distance. Fraser Clark, TKV. Will fight go the distance? No. Ben Whitaker, Gavazzi. Will fight go the distance? No. Yeah, it's going to come down to your bankroll. You know, 71% return is good here if you're playing with a big bankroll. $1.71. If you're playing $10, you're going to get $7 in return. But if you're paying 1,000, if you put 1,000 on these two fights, you get 7,000 in return or 700 in return. The thing is, how for the heavy bettors out there, are you really going to play these two fights, domestic level Brit kind of matchups, especially in the heavyweight division? You just got to ask yourself these things. I'm not speaking down on Julius's picks. These are wise picks. We see Julius hit time and time again, week in and week out in the Discord. We're just trying to brainstorm and educate because the Discord's growing. There's a lot of people on the live stream that may be just tuning into us right now, and they're kind of getting to know how we operate. Guys, we are not a clickbait channel. This is not a clickbait Discord group. We are students of the game. You go into our Discord, you'll see study areas. The boys are talking, one fight week ends, the next one begins. We have a schedule for the next month. So we take this very seriously. We have professional bettors. And so what we're doing here is trying to educate. Now, $1.71, $10, you're not going to be sweating it. $1,000, you're going to be sweating it because you're dealing with TKV and Fraser Clark. No shade. You're dealing with heavyweights. The fight could end at any time. It could be a jab and grab festival. You're hoping for a knockout, then all of a sudden it turns into sort of like, any heavyweight, C-level heavyweight fight we've seen every week that turns into a jab and grab festival. Mahmoudov versus Dave Allen. We thought for sure we were going to get a knockdown. Mahmoudov versus Dave Allen. We thought for sure we were going to get a knockdown. We thought maybe the dogs could be barking. That was the punk ass fight card. That was the only dog that didn't bark because we picked two other ones, and then we thought we were going to see a stoppage, and it just didn't happen. And so, and then also to play devil's advocate on the no distance, I'll go back to the Shushu Carrington fight when all the boys were taking Shushu to win by stoppage. And on my live, I said, I'm taking Bruce plus 600 to go the distance. And that distance came and we hit. So you never know. When you hit, you look good. When it doesn't hit, you leave scratching your head. I think all betting options will come down to your bankroll. You should be making bets not to get rich. You should be making bets to where when you lose, you're not a dick about it and you're not pissed at anybody. If you're betting to get rich and when you're losing, you're acting like a D head, then don't gamble, or at least stay away from us. Hell nah. Plus 10. You don't come at me with that. Ohio State's going to beat them by 30. The Ohio State University. Betting on the fights to go at least 7 rounds at 225 is a much better option than betting on better. Zach Shan, appreciate your comment. And I agree with you there. I think that, look, this is a wise point. Betting on the fight to go at least 7 rounds. So the over and under, are we getting that? Round betting markets, alternative round betting too. I'm like my mom when we were kids going through the bank drive-through. I told you this on the live stream earlier in the week. When you're old, you got to talk yourself through the process. Turn that music off, boy. I'm trying to order. When will the fight end? Other markets. No, alternate rounds. Here we go. So Shan is saying at least 7. So let's go over 6.5. Bro, look at Shan. I don't hate this bet at all. I actually really, really like this bet. I like this bet so much. I might tail Shan's bet here, and I like this bet so much. The over 6.5. It's a nice little prop. And then, the devil's advocate in me would then be like, all right, Gavazzi's so slow. He's methodical. He's prodding. Whitaker might just starch him and blitz him and get him out in the first. This is the life of a bettor, though. These are the questions we must ask ourselves, and the game that we play. But Zach Shan, appreciate the input. You know, I think it's a wise point. Fury might stop Webster. Huey, the big fella. We haven't. Are you betting on Huey Fury win? Yeah, we're not getting props on that one. Can't see Vong stoppage. That kid's looking like a real hype job. These matchroom kids, I don't know, man. I think Cameron has some class to him. I do, and I think at 23 years old, I think I've seen enough to think that I feel he could level up. We've seen. I don't want to throw a hype job around a 23-year-old kid. You know what I mean? If anything, that would be the promoter's fault, not the fighter's fault. Of course, Whitaker for the W. The German has a pattern record of slow, poor footwork, but he's fought at much higher weights. See, this is the thing. Yeah, it's the size thing for me. It's the size thing for me, and it's Whitaker's lack of real punching power. Now, with that in mind, it is a UK fight, and we've seen UK refs out of nowhere just stop fights without giving a. We've seen refs recently stop fights without giving counts. Just so keep that in mind. What's with the Ben Whitaker? He's okay. See, this is what's tough when you got a big head guy like me. Just giving my perspective, it comes off as hate, and I appreciate Mike's comment here. It only came out as hate when the comparison, maybe because that's my loyalty to Prince Nassim Ahmed. Now, I think if you were to rate reflex, because what we're doing is talking about reflex fighters, and he is good for boxing. Characters like this are good for boxing. I always say it. It's it's why we have the greatest sport in the world, because you can add your creative, artistic flair to your style. When I'm teaching boxing to the average person here in Australia and Sydney, and I don't teach athletes. I don't teach fighters who want to take fights. I teach corporate and finance people who want to learn the sweet size. And I always say, one of the most beautiful things about learning the sport is once you get the technique down, once you get the footwork down, the punch placement, understanding how to throw punches, you add your own style, and that kind of comes intuitively. Ben Whitaker wasn't a guy who developed his style because he wanted to be different. His style came out. It's who he is. Your style is who you are. That's a beautiful part about the sport that doesn't get spoken about enough. And he's a reflex fighter. Roy Jones was a reflex fighter. Totally two different styles. Roy was a reflex fighter. Prince Nassim Ahmed, reflex fighter. Emmanuel Augustus, reflex fighter. Jaron Ennis, Joshua Kelly. These sort of fighters, though, they're actually my favorite type of fighters. I love reflex fighters. I love the intuitive approach. I love the contrarian approach. So the hate isn't about that. I mean, if you really want to talk about hate, watch the fight week, the first fight week with Liam Cameron, and watch some of the stuff Ben Whitaker said to Liam Cameron. That's all. I'm going to leave it there. I don't think he'll be a world champion. No, I don't think he'll be the world champion. So that's just my perspective. If me saying a guy won't be a world champion is hating, I mean, what would the opposite be then if I thought everybody could be a world champion? I'd be a glazer. I don't think he could. I don't think he has what it takes to be. And if he does, I'll be like, I was wrong. I don't see it in him. Sometimes you got to have it in you. I don't think he has that in him. I can't find them fight anywhere. What's up, Luis Carlo Trigiano? Yeah, I don't know where that. Anybody got a link for Meme Machine? Happy Thanksgiving. Johnny just got home from a party. Clark, TKV. Zach Shan. Don't trust Whitaker. It's not the showboating for me. Because like I just went on and talked about. It's not the showboat. I don't mind the showboating. I gotta be honest with you. I don't mind. I like the flair. I like the intuitiveness. He's entertaining. It's not that for me. I just don't know if he is a boxer. I don't know if I don't know if he's a fighter. I don't know. There's a lot of questions for Ben Whitaker for me. Way too many questions at this time for me to say he's going to be a world champion. Do you guys think that he's a world champion? Am I off with this? Do you guys think Ben Whitaker is a potential future world champion? Whitaker is really good. I just don't think we've seen the best of him. I do think he's going to struggle to stay at this weight. Okay, so you think he's really good. What do you like about Whitaker? Yeah, I don't like what Whitaker said to Liam Cameron. He said he was broke and did. Yeah. See, this, and then this is what I'm talking about because we can only like fighters who speak to us. Like, I think character above all. That's how I live my life, guys. Character above all. So, human. It's character means a lot to me in all my relationships. Character above all. Are you a liar? Are you a sinner? Like, not a sinner. I'm not trying to get self-righteous, but are you going to lie to me to get something that you want? Are you going to manipulate me? Are you going to put me in a position to lie to people who care about you? That's the character. Are you going to, for the sake of clicks, present me in a certain way to boost you up? Like, there's a lot of things I've seen out of and I've heard out of Ben Whitaker's mouth that I'm just not aligned with how he operates. I don't think he, like, skill wise, when you bring that skill set to lower level competition, you could showcase. But then all will be known in due time. What do they say about the ring? The ring, Teddy Atlas said this, is the chamber of all truth. It's the world's greatest lie detector, the boxing ring. You could be whoever you want to be outside of the ring. But the second that bell rings, all will be known in due time. And we will know. We will all be found out. For fighters and boxers and people like Mike, who are prize fighters, who are actually the man in the arena, the second that bell rings, all will be known in due time. Those are the warriors. So my critique is more about an ethical reason, I don't like the way there's just things character wise how I operate that we don't have to like it. I'm not everyone's fucking cup of tea. I tell my girlfriend that all the time. I was like, I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. That's fine. I'm not trying to be liked by everybody, but at least I know who I am. I used to like Whitaker until I heard him, and that's fine. People said the same thing about Floyd, but the way Floyd's was much more here in the pocket. I've never seen Floyd quit either, especially with all that vitriol. It's hard for me to get past that Liam Cameron first fight, the lead up, the media, and how it went down. That's such a stain. No, he will not good enough unless they match him up with a poor opponent for a vacant title. Guys, I gotta roll. I gotta rock and roll. I gotta go box. Wish me well. I'll see you in the next one. Like this video, comment. Good luck to the boys who are betting. Join the Discord. It's a couple bucks a month. That's pinned here in the comment section. Join the Discord, then you'll get access. Join here, then you get access. You'll get the link. I'll be doing